Whose blood is on Nancy's hands? Someone's clearly not safe. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. Today I've got a Stranger Things Season 5 theory/discussion video about whose blood is on Nancy Wheeler's hands. In the teaser trailer that dropped last week, we get a shot of her washing blood off her hands in a sink, and people have been discussing ad nauseum who is dying based on this one shot alone, and I'm going to break down who it could possibly be, in my opinion. Now, before I get into this, be sure to hit that like button, comment down below whose blood you think Nancy is washing off her hands, and of course, subscribe into that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. I mean, quite a bit. And if you want extra content from live streams to a Stranger Things deep dive into every episode, and of course a recent filming locations vlog, you can actually find that over on my Patreon. Any support over there truly does mean the world. But without further ado, let's get down to business. So like I said, we got the teaser trailer last week, and I want to thank you guys so much for all the support you showed on my coverage of that teaser, from the breakdown to the reaction and more. It's been a wild week, and welcome to the community if you're new. If you've been a long-time viewer, thank you for sticking around. Lots of exciting Stranger Things content to come in the coming months, obviously, but with this video, we got a shot in that teaser of Nancy crying in a mirror and washing blood off her hands. And I just want to break this down before I get into who she could be crying over. First and foremost, she's wearing a pink sweater in this shot when we see her in the bathroom mirror. Also, you can take note of the pink soap dispenser on the right. That's typically the sort of soap you're gonna see at a school, right? So in your high school, I had that soap all from kindergarten through 12th grade. I had that soap. You go to a hospital, you might see something similar. So they're probably in a hospital, and she's just rushed someone there and is washing her hands, hoping that the person that's in the hospital is gonna make it out alive. Now, we get a shot of Nancy earlier in the trailer wearing this pink sweater, but she actually has a denim jean jacket over top of it, and we see her at the WSQK radio station wearing this in the early goings of the teaser. She's with Robin, Will, Eleven, and of course Joyce. And all the while, the voiceover by Mike is burn commencing in 3, 2, 1, and so they're enacting part of their early on plan in the season to maybe damage Vecna or somehow take down part of the Upside Down. Plot details are unknown at this time, but there's some sort of plan going down, and we see a shot there early on with Nancy at the WSQK radio station, and later in that teaser, we see the lights flickering at the WSQK radio station. Will looks like he's tweaking, and it's not Eleven who's causing this. So the connection to Will and Vecna, Will maybe rediscovering powers he once had, that's all coming into the play here. And we even see Will collapse at the WSQK radio station. So something's going down there. But I'll tell you right now, I don't think this is where Nancy is going to get blood on her hands and end up washing it off. But let's address who it could be just from this room alone, because this is where we see her wearing the same outfit that she's wearing when she's washing blood off her hands. The characters in the room are Joyce, Robin, Will, and Eleven. I'm almost 100% confident it won't be Eleven. We see shots of her later on with Hopper in the Upside Down at that wall. I don't think Eleven's going to get injured that early on in the season. Joyce, I believe, will also be fine because we see her in downtown Hawkins later with Mike. She's probably going to be all right. And Robin as well. We see her outside of the radio station looking up at the tower with the shadow monster form of the Mind Flayer. She's probably going to be okay. So in this context, it could be Will when he passes out, maybe starts to bleed. Nancy's crying over Will. I don't think she has tight enough of a bond or connection with anyone in that room for her to be that emotionally distraught over it, if that makes sense. An obvious answer would be she might be washing the blood off her hands of Steve or Jonathan. Stancy or Jancy? It's a burning question we've had forever, and it's something that will be resolved in this season. But what I find fascinating is if you look at her wardrobe in the shots later on in this teaser, when she's with Dustin, Steve, and Jonathan, she's not wearing the outfit with the pink sweater. So whatever happens, looks like it's actually going to be fairly early on in the season before she goes on this group outing with her new character grouping and is in the Upside Down looking at Hawkins' lab. In fact, there's a shot of her next to Jonathan in Hawkins' lab, and she's not wearing that pink sweater. When she's pumping a shotgun and shooting at something, she's not wearing the pink sweater. And even when we see her having this heart-to-heart scene with Jonathan, and Jonathan's talking about how everything that's happened has tied them together forever, she's not wearing the pink sweater. So if you use context clues, this scene could be Jonathan comforting Nancy and talking about how, hey, I know we just experienced this gut-wrenching loss, but I'm here for you forever, and that could propel Jancy to be endgame. But regardless, I don't think this is the blood of Jonathan or Steve. We know those characters are going to be together in a character grouping. We see them in BTS photos, we see them in the teaser, driving around in Steve's car. That seems like stuff that's gonna happen after this moment of Nancy washing blood off her hands because of the outfit alone. And so to me, this teaser almost set up Jonathan as like the red herring, right? He's got some of the least screen times, only like 1 shot or 2 shots, but he has this voiceover, so there's now rising suspicion of, oh, Jonathan Byers is gonna be the one to bite the dust. And hell, when I made a tier list the other day, I'll link above, of death predictions based on the teaser, I put him in the RIP tier because I feel like based on what we've seen, they're certainly setting him up to die, but I don't think his blood is on Nancy's hands here. Same can be said for Steve. He's in later shots with Nancy wearing a different outfit, and I believe her wearing that pink sweater is in the 1st or 2nd episode, whereas the stuff in the Upside Down is like episode 3 or 4. So I don't think it's Will or anyone from the WSQK radio station. I don't think it's Jonathan or Steve. Of course, I don't think it's Dustin. Who does that leave? Well, it leaves her immediate family. Not Mike. He's kind of away from everything with Lucas and Joyce in downtown Hawkins, it seems. I'm talking her mom, her dad, or her sister. In the teaser trailer and the To Doom date announcement footage, we get multiple shots of Holly and Karen in distress. We see them backing into a corner in what looks like the Wheeler house, and then in the teaser trailer, we see them underwater in a bathtub hiding from someone, either Vecna or a Demogorgon most likely, because it seems like Vecna has almost sent demo dogs and Demogorgons to the various character groupings, almost like his hitmen, because we see, Lucas and Max in the hospital, there's demo dogs, we see a Demogorgon busting down the barn door, there's probably going to be one pulling up at WSQK as well, so they're his little henchmen. He controls them, and we're gonna see what the hell the deal is. But whatever the threat is at the Wheeler house, someone's coming to the rescue for Holly and Karen, and it looks like it's gonna be Nancy and 11. We get this shot in the teaser of 11 wearing a hood, and Nancy, as always, rocking a shotgun. 11 is wearing a hood, meaning they probably had to sneak her into the Hawkins city limits because she's on the outskirts right now and wanted and also missing, so the government wants her bad. But if you look at Nancy, she's wearing that pink sweater and she's got the denim jacket on with the shotgun. The background makes it look like this is the interior of the Wheeler house, so if you put the shots together of Holly and Karen in distress in their house, and then you pair them up with this image of 11 and Nancy, it seems like the two of them are going to pull up at the Wheeler house and hopefully save the day before it's too late. Now, we know the 2nd episode of the season is called The Vanishing of Blank. We've kind of put the pieces together that it's going to be the vanishing of Holly Wheeler, and so I'm thinking in this moment, Holly's going to disappear and get taken to the Upside Down or somewhere with Vecna, so she's out of the picture. Who does that leave to bleed that needs to get rushed to the hospital? Karen Wheeler, Ted Wheeler. Those are our 2 options here for whose blood is on Nancy's hands, and I'm thinking it might end up being her mom, Karen, because Ted, he's kind of so irrelevant. I mean, not with love, but he's been so out of the loop the whole time that it might not be as impactful, whereas with Karen, her getting attacked and or dying would make more sense because over the seasons, we've seen Karen and Nancy have this strong mother-daughter bond, Karen starting to, pass this wisdom on to Nancy over the course of the seasons and being a good mother, and so it would be really devastating to see her go, but I'm kind of thinking Karen's blood is on Nancy's hands, and they have to rush Karen to the hospital. Because if you'll pay attention, Nancy is not wearing her denim jacket over her pink sweater in this shot, so she's maybe taken it off, applied it to her mother's wound to apply that pressure and try and stop the bleeding. It looks like Karen's gonna be the one injured here. Of course, it is a Stranger Things teaser trailer. If you look at any of the marketing, they always love to misdirect audiences with these kinds of shots. There's a shot in the season 3 trailer of Steve getting tortured by the Russians, and we were like, oh my gosh, he's toast. Same with season 4. We see him, going down through the gate at Lover's Lake, and we're like, oh, he's in trouble. They love to sort of use characters and specific shots out of context to trick the audiences. And here, I think they've definitely framed it to be Jonathan's blood just based on the teaser, but if you dig a little deeper, and I've been marinating on this for a while, it does seem like this blood is at a hospital, and it's maybe the blood of Karen Wheeler, because we all know Karen is a mother. She's gonna hop in front of Holly to protect her daughter no matter what, and all due respect to Ted, he's probably asleep on the recliner while this is going down, so Karen's gotta be the badass and step up and be the person of the house, the woman of the house, if you will. Of course, there are tons of other possibilities, and as we get more footage with the official trailer dropping in the coming months, we'll be able to break this down even further likely, but I wanna know what you guys think. Whose blood is on Nancy's hands in your opinion? Let me know in the comments down below, and of course hit that like button. If you want other quick videos like this where I break down moments from the teaser trailer, let me know. I can talk about Will and Vecna's connection, because I touched on a lot of this in my teaser trailer breakdown, but if you want a full devoted video, let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see me react to your Stranger Things Season 5 theories based on the teaser trailer, I can do that as well, because I did that for the To Doom date announcement footage, and I had a lot of fun with it. So let me know what you guys think. Of course, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you want extra content from live streams to Stranger Things stuff, including a recent filming locations vlog where I got a little tidbit about what could happen in season 5 at Hopper's cabin, you might want to check that out over on Patreon. But that'll do it. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, and until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.